Hey, welcome to the show. Hey, today we're going to learn how to divide decimals. But before we do that, I got a question to ask you. Do you know why when you measure a snake, it's better to do it in inches? Because they don't have feet. Alrighty. All right, let's get back to the lesson here. This is a division problem and it has decimals in it. All right, so don't let that get too, scary or anything, because we're going to take it step by step, easy, cheesy, lemon squeezy. So first of all, this is right here. This is the dividend, okay? And this is the divisor, all right? What we need to do when we look at problems like this, the first thing we need to take a look at is right here, the divisor. We need to make that a whole number so that it makes it easier to work with. So in order to make this a whole number, it's very simple. We just need to take this decimal point and move it over here. And then it turns into a whole number. Now there's a rule here that when we do this, whatever we move the decimal point in the divisor, we need to do the same thing for the dividend. So if we're going to move this 1 or 2 times here, we need to do the same thing 1 or 2 times. So let's begin. That's the best way to learn this. So right now I'm going to move this decimal point over here. All right, so try to help me move this over. Just like that. We only moved it 1 time, okay? So the same thing right here. I'm going to move this decimal point 1 time. So put it right over here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and erase this decimal point here, and I'm going to put it right there. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one, and I'm going to put it right here. Now, when you look at a number like this, like 15 point, all right, 15.0 or 0, whatever it is, it's still 15. So you don't need a decimal point when you put it over on this side. So I'm just going to go ahead and erase that little guy there. Bye-bye. And now we're ready to go ahead and start our division process. So first of all, we have to figure out how many times can I put 15 into, can't put it into 3, have to put it into 36. So 15 times 2 would be our best choice. 15 times 2 would be 30. Our next step is to subtract. So 6 minus 0 is 6. And 3 minus 3 is 0. You don't need to put a 0 right there. Now, here's our decimal point. Don't forget about that. You don't need to put the decimal point down here, but you need to put it right there, okay? Our next number, we still have some more work to do. We need to drop it down, just drop it down, yeah, just like this, 63. Now remember, we put 15 into 32 times, and half of 63, or half of 60 is 30, so I'm guessing it's probably give you about 4. So we're going to take 4 times 15 equals 60, okay? Go ahead and subtract, and 3. Now you're saying, oh, is that a remainder? No, because we have our decimal point here. So we can add zeros. Remember, I can add a bunch of zeros, doesn't change the value. So we're going to add a 0 right here to this problem. Still the same value, all right? So we bring that all the way down. Drop it down. 30. Look at that. 30, 30. 2 times. 2 times 15 equals 30. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 2 right here. 2 times 15, 30. Subtract. We end up with a 0. No remainder. Hey, easy, cheesy, lemon squeezy. You ready to do another one? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. All right, welcome back. Okay, got this cool problem here. We see a decimal point there. Don't worry. Remember our step-by-step process to make it easy, cheesy, lemon squeezy? We need to make this a whole number. That's what we look at first of all. Is it a whole number? No, it's not a whole number. We need to make it. So you just push that decimal point right over to the side there. Count it 1 time. 1 time. If I had to move this 2 times, then I'd have to do the same thing over here. If I have to move this 3 times to the divisor, I have to do the same thing to the dividend, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and erase this decimal point. I don't need to put one in here. And I'm going to move this decimal point right over here. You notice anything that needs to be changed here? When you say 4, you don't say, hey, I would like to have 04 cookies. What? No, we don't need the 0. Take it out, take it out. Now we can work with this problem. How many times can I put 4 into 7? 2 times 4 is 8. Whoa, too big. Only one time. So we're going to put a 1 right here, put the 4 right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and subtract. 7 minus 4, 3. All right, bring this 3, drop it down. Drop it down. All right, you can add that beatbox to it. Makes it kind of cool. All right, I'm going to erase this little squiggly line. Otherwise, it looks like a 1, doesn't it? Okay, how many times can I put 4 into 33? You see, 5 times 4 is 20. 6 times 4 is 24. 7 times 4 is 28. Oh, we're getting there. 8 times 4, 32. I'm going to stick with that one. I'm going to stick with that one right here. 8 times 4, 32. Subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. Now you got a lot of different things you got to be, managing your time with. Need to put that decimal point right up there. Put it right up there. Right here. All right. Drop the next number down because you can't put 4 into 1. So drop it down. Drop it down. Your teacher's like, come on, get on with the lesson here. All right, here. I could deal with this number now. 4 goes into 12 how many times? 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3, 12. Bingo! All right. 3 right here. 3 times 4 is 12 with a remainder of 0. Zip, nada. Hey, I got one more problem to work with that you could work along with me. I'm getting tongue-tied here a little bit. And are you ready to work on it? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, do it. All right, welcome back. Whoa! Don't get worried. Don't get worried. Calm down, take it easy. I like doing this number because at the end it's going to make all sense. Because you're like, by moving this decimal point, is it changing the value of this whole problem? No. And I'm going to explain to you in a little bit. So first of all, I need to make this a whole number. All right? I need to move the decimal point in the divisor. So let's move it. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right? So I need to do the same thing over here. 1, 2. So I'm going to erase this decimal point here and put it here. I'm going to erase this decimal point here, and I'm going to put it right there. Now, remember what I said. If you have a decimal point on the end of the number, you don't need it. It's not going to change that value. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this here. I don't need that 0 on this side of the 25 because you don't say, I want 25 cookies. You just want 25 cookies. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that 0. I'm going to go ahead and erase this decimal point because it's on the other side of the 100. All right? I would love to have 100 cookies. All right? Now, take a look at this problem. This is like $1. All right? So in the United States, we have $1 and we have 4 coins that make up, that go inside $1. And those are quarters. I know people are watching from the Philippines and Jamaica and India, and your money system might be a little bit different. But here we have 4 quarters. 4 quarters go into $1. All right? So basically it's 4. All right? So I'm going to put 4 right here. 4 times 25 equal 100 with a remainder of 0. Now, this is the problem that we ended up. Here's our answer. Now, you're saying before when we were doing this problem, it is 0.25 we had 1.00 divided by 0.25. Here's our answer on this problem because we kind of simplified things. We moved the decimal point over and we had 4. So some people might say, does that change the answer? No, take a look at this. So if I have 4 quarters, I'm going to put 4 here. If I have 4 quarters, here's 25, here's 25, here's 25, here's 25, all right? 5, 10, 15, 20. Carry the 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right? Goes right here. Look at that. Same thing. And I can erase this decimal point. Do you see how it doesn't change? You can put 4 quarters in, or 4 times 0.25 goes into 1, all right? Doesn't change the value. The reason we're moving this decimal point over and making this a whole number is to make it easy, cheesy, lemon squeezy. That's all we're doing, all right? So don't get too confused. And remember, when you're working with numbers like that, first thing your eyes need to do is go focus, boom, is this a whole number, okay? If it's not, then whatever changes we make to the divisor, we have to make those exact changes to the dividend. That's it, simplified. Hey, thanks a lot for watching the videos. I would sure appreciate it if you could subscribe, and like always, have a fun day. Adios, goodbye.